September 21st, 2014, from the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans, Louisiana. It was the Minnesota Vikings at the New Orleans Saints. The Saints struck first as Pierre scored on a 1-yard touchdown run to make it 7-0 New Orleans. Then, with about 5 minutes left before the end of the first quarter, Drew Brees found Josh Hill for a 34-yard touchdown pass that made it 13-0 after Shane Graham's extra point attempt was blocked. So the Vikings blocked the extra point, and it was 13-0 after one, as the Saints led off this game with 13 unanswered points. But then in the second, the Vikings got on the scoreboard as Blair Walsh kicked a 25-yard field goal to make it 13-3. Walsh would add another field goal in the quarter with about 6.5 minutes left before halftime as he kicked a 30-yard field goal to make it 13-6 as the Vikings were now within a touchdown. That would be it for the first half as the Saints went into the locker room up by 7 points at 13-6. Then in the third quarter, Blair Walsh would kick a 40-yard field goal, the only scoring in the third quarter, as this game was now 13-9 as the Vikings trailed by just 4 points going into the fourth quarter. But then in the fourth, with about 12.5 minutes left to play in this game, Drew Brees hit Marques Colston for an 18-yard touchdown pass, Brees' second touchdown pass of the game, and it was now 20-9 as the New Orleans Saints led by 11 points. So they were up by 2 scores, and their defense would end up shutting the door as the final score would end up being 20-9 as the Saints hold on to win this one in New Orleans. And in this game, Drew Brees was 27 for 35 with 293 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. So Brees was just 7 yards shy of 300. Matt Castle was 5 for 10 for 53 yards. And then Teddy Bridgewater came in and he was 12 for 20 with 150 passing yards. Neither one would find the end zone. The leading rusher in this game was Khiry Robinson, who had 69 yards off of 18 carries. The leading receiver was Brandin Cooks with 74 yards off of 8 receptions. And Brees fumbled the ball, but he recovered his own fumble. The leading tackler was Blanton for the Vikings with 10. Lofton was the leading tackler for the Saints with 8. The Vikings had 1 sack and the Saints had 2 sacks. Cordarrelle Patterson had 120 return yards off of kick returns, off of 4 returns, including a long of 43. But in the end, it wouldn't be enough as the Vikings couldn't get their offense going, and the Saints get the victory 20-9 as they improve their record to 1-2 as they pick up their first win of 2014 in their first home game, and the Vikings fall to 1-2 as they have yet to win since week 1.